You exhaust yourself steering what was never yours to command. Your prefrontal cortex doesn't actually command your choices, it just rationalizes them after they happen. The tighter you grip control, the faster your nervous system triggers panic. Real authority begins exactly where that grip breaks. Look at your hands right now. They are open. They have always been open. You just forgot how to notice the space between your fingers. We live in a culture of architects. We draft blueprints for tomorrow. We measure our worth by the weight of our plans. We believe that if we calculate enough variables, we can bend time to our will. But water does not ask the riverbank for permission. It simply moves. It yields to gravity. It carves canyons not by force, but by persistent surrender. What happens when you stop trying to build walls against the tide? What if the current was never your enemy? You wake up and check the weather. You schedule the meeting. You rehearse the conversation before it even begins. You brace for the impact of a future you cannot see. This is the illusion of the charioteer. You pull the reins until your knuckles turn white. The horse knows the road. The road knows the destination. You only know the weight of the leather in your palm. Notice the tension in your jaw. It lives there to protect you from the unknown. But the unknown does not strike. It merely unfolds. There is a quiet violence in the desire to manage everything. It fractures your attention. It splits your mind into fragments, each guarding a different gate. One fragment fears the phone ringing. Another fears the silence after it stops. Another fears the judgment of strangers. You are not a fortress. You are a shoreline. When you stand rigid against the ocean, the waves will eventually wear you down. When you step back, you become the observer of the tide. You watch it rise. You watch it fall. You do not drown. You simply witness. Have you ever noticed how the deepest trees grow in stillness? They do not chase the sun. They let it find them. Their roots drink the dark. Their branches hold the wind. They do not argue with the seasons. They accept the turning. The modern world sells you the lie that certainty is safety. But certainty is a cage with golden bars. It keeps you small. It keeps you predictable. It keeps you exhausted. Think of a bridge spanning a deep gorge. It does not resist the wind. It flexes. It breathes. If it were made of unyielding stone, it would shatter in the first storm. Where in your life are you refusing to bend? Where are you demanding a straight line through a curved world? The answer is always the same. You are demanding it from yourself. Let us dismantle the myth of the pilot. You believe you are flying the plane. You are not. You are riding the air currents. The controls are suggestions. The sky makes the final call. When a storm gathers, you do not command the clouds to part. You adjust your sails. You lower your mast. You trust the vessel. But you have spent your life trying to steer the wind. Consider the stone dropped into a still pond. It does not try to shape the ripples. It simply sinks. The water responds. The rings expand outward until they touch the shore. This is how influence works. Not by force. By resonance. What would change if you stopped pushing and started listening? You carry a heavy ledger in your mind. You tally every mistake. You audit every outcome. You punish yourself for variables you never controlled. The ledger is a fiction. The past is ash. The future is smoke. Only the present is solid ground. Yet you walk backward. You stare at the dust behind you, while your feet trip over the stones ahead. Turn your face forward. Feel the air on your skin. Listen to the rhythm of your own breath. It does not ask for your permission to continue. It simply does. Why do you think you are the exception? Release is not surrender. It is alignment. It is the moment you stop fighting the architecture of reality and start moving through its doorways. Look at how a cathedral stands. It does not hold up the roof by willpower. It distributes the weight. It uses arches. It channels pressure into stability. Every stone rests upon another. Every beam leans against its neighbor. The structure holds because nothing stands alone. You were never meant to carry the roof by yourself. The walls do not ask for praise. They only ask to be placed. You are building the same structure. You just forgot where to place the keystone. The keystone is acceptance. Not resignation. Not defeat. The quiet recognition that some things are yours, and some things belong to the universe. Sort them carefully. The world will keep spinning. The seasons will keep turning. People will keep changing their minds. You cannot freeze the river to save yourself from drowning. You must learn to float. Floating requires stillness. It requires you to stop kicking. It requires you to trust the buoyancy of your own nature. When the panic rises, it is a signal. Not a warning. A signal. It tells you that you are gripping too tightly. Breathe into the space behind your sternum. Let it expand. Let the air move through you like wine through an open corridor. Do you feel the difference? The tension is a wall you built. The breath is the door. There is a profound dignity in letting go. It is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. The oak tree does not strain to stand. It rests in the earth. It draws from the deep. It stands because it is anchored, not because it is fighting. Your mind is a garden. You have been trying to force the seeds to sprout. You have been pulling at the soil. You have been shouting at the sun. Stop. Water the ground. Clear the weeds. Wait. The earth knows what to do. It has been doing it for millennia before you arrived. It will continue long after you leave. You are not the gardener of the world. You are a guest in it. Think of the last time you truly rested. Not the sleep of exhaustion. The quiet of completion. The moment when the work was done, and the mind was empty. That space is not empty. It is full. It is filled with the quiet hum of being alive. You do not need to earn it. You only need to stop blocking it. The noise in your head is the sound of friction. It is the grinding of expectation against reality. Smooth the edges. Let the gears mesh naturally. When you walk through a forest, do you command the trees to part? No. You step aside. You move through the openings. You follow the path of least resistance. Why do you demand a different rule for your life? The illusion of control is a heavy coat. You wear it in the summer. You sweat under it. You call it armor. But it is only a burden. Take it off. Feel the air touch your skin. Feel the temperature shift. Feel the weight drop from your shoulders. You will not collapse. You will stand taller. The ground is solid. The sky is wide. You are exactly where you need to be. Do not look for guarantees. Look for patterns. Notice how the tide always returns. Notice how the sun always rises. Notice how your own heart beats without your instruction. You are being carried. You always have been. Let the plans soften. Let the expectations dissolve. They were never meant to be chains. They were only maps. And maps are useless when you are already home. Home is this breath. Home is this moment. Home is the quiet space between your thoughts. You have traveled so far looking for it. You built so many walls to protect it. You forgot that the door was never locked. Turn the handle. Step inside. Sit down. Listen to the silence. It is not waiting to be filled. It is waiting to be heard. When the noise returns, as it always will, do not fight it. Watch it. Let it pass like weather. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it. Clouds gather. Lightning strikes. Rain falls. The sky remains untouched. It does not flinch. It does not resist. It simply contains. This is your true nature. Vast. Unbroken. Unmoved. The panic you feel is just a passing shadow. The anxiety is just a shift in the wind. The fear is just an echo in a canyon. Stand in the center. Let it all wash around you. You will not break. You will only expand. If any of these ideas resonated, I've linked the books in the description. The river does not ask the mountain for permission to flow. The mountain does not ask the river to stop. They simply share the same earth. You are the mountain. You are the river. You are the space between them. Let the grip fall. Let the mind settle. Let the world turn without your hand on the wheel. There is a profound peace in knowing you are not in charge. There is a quiet power in trusting the current. You exhaust yourself steering what was never yours to command. Breathe. Release. And watch what remains. The stones in the water do not fight the current. They simply endure. The light does not argue with the shadow. It simply arrives. Your life is not a battle to be won. It is a landscape to be witnessed. Step back. Look closer. The weight is gone. The wind carries the seed. The soil receives it. The seasons do their work. You are only the witness. Listen closely.